Today we are going to learn prepositions. Now a quick recap of the previous lesson. In the previous lesson we learnt singular and plural number is, are, and this, these, that, those, and affirmative sentences, questioning sentences, interrogative sentences, and negative sentences. Questioning sentences are interrogative sentences, framing the questions, putting the verb into the first place and framing questions, and framing singular interrogative sentences and plural interrogative sentences, and then the negative sentences using no, not, never, neither. These are all negative sentences. We framed affirmative sentences, interrogative sentences, and negative sentences. Singular number and plural number. Singular we learnt is and article a, an. And plural number are and the definite article the we learnt. A in front of consonants and an in front of vowel sounds. Vowel sounds I mean because they are sounds. It's not the letter, vowel letter. It's not the vowel letter, it's the vowel sounds. For example, he is an honest boy. Now the spelling goes like this. H-O-N-E-S-T. H a consonant, but we use an in front of this word because the sound is an honest boy, an honor. So H is silent and the sound we take and we use an in front of vowel sounds and a in front of consonant sounds, and they are absolutely singular number. The definite article we use in front of the particular things, the definite things we point out, like the box. This is the box I was searching for. This is the specs which I am using. This is my mobile. This is the mobile I use. So the we use, and the in front of the rivers like the Ganga, the Yamuna, the Brahmaputra, the Kaveri. So we use in front of the rivers, and group of islands, group of mountains, group of states like United States, United Nations, United Kingdom. We use United, the mountain ranges, we use the in front of the definite articles, and for special things like the sun, the moon, the stars. So they are the very special thing, they are the only things we see, and the Buddha, the Dalai Lama, the Christ we use for very special and very unanimous, very unique nouns. So let us today begin with the prepositions. Prepositions are like the backbone of a sentence. Without the preposition, you cannot frame a sentence. It is a must. You must know the prepositions. Unless you know the prepositions, you can't frame the sentence. They are like the backbone of the sentence. And prepositions show the relationship with the noun. It is used in front of the noun, the names or the pronouns. And it shows the relationship with the other nouns in the sentence. Like here are so many things we have on this table. We have so many things on the table. We shall learn on. There is a specs on the table. The tumbler is on the table. The box is on the table. There is a book on the table. There is a mat on the table. There is a mobile on the table. There is a tumbler on the table. The lid is on this tumbler. So this is on we learn. Now there is water in this tumbler. Inside there is water in this tumbler. There are so many things in this box. There are so many things, so many pictures in this book. There are so many stories in this book. There is nothing in this tumbler. Now, I am pouring water into it. See, when it is going into the depth, I use into. I am pouring water into the tumbler. The water is going inside the tumbler. I cover it with the lid. I cover this tumbler with the lid. I am putting the lid on the tumbler. There is a cap under this table. There is a birthday cap under the table. There is something above and you say under. There is a fan above me. Above me there is a fan. There is a fan on the wall. There is a switchboard on the wall. So this is on. I am standing beside the table. I am standing beside the table. I am standing at the table. I am standing near the table. I am standing by the table. All this means same. I am going to the wall. I am going to the wall. I am standing at the wall. I am away from the table. I am standing away from the table. So these are all prepositions. I am going towards the table. I am coming towards the table. Towards, preposition. Going to the wall, preposition to. I am standing at the wall. I am away from the table. I am near the wall. I am beside the wall. I am by the side of the wall. I am coming towards the table, and we shall see this. We shall study this picture and use some prepositions. This is a boy, Shravana, a mythological character, and he is carrying a stick with two baskets on both ends. He is carrying his parents in the basket. Parents are sitting in the basket, and baskets are tied to both the ends. And he is carrying the stick on his shoulder. And there is a stick in his hand. He is walking with the stick in his hand. He is walking along the mud path. There is mud path. This is a forest, and he is walking along the mud path. On the mud path, along the mud path. He is going towards the temple. He is going to the temple. The temple is on a small hillock. There is a big tree beside him. He is walking near the tree. There is a big tree beside him. Beside this picture, there is a big tree. Or you can say there is a tree behind. There is a tree behind this picture. So he is walking along the mud path. He is carrying a stick in his hand. He is carrying with a stick in his hand. He is walking towards the temple. The temple is on a small hill, and the temple, he is walking towards the temple. So this is a picture study. We are learning to use prepositions. Now let me frame some sentences using prepositions. I am going out of the room. I am going outside. Outside, out of, a preposition. I am walking along the street. I am going towards the bus stand. I am getting into the bus. I am getting into the bus. I take a seat. I sit on the seat. I travel a little distance. I get down. So that's a preposition. I get down from the bus. I down from the bus you can't say. So I get down. I get into. I get down. I get down the bus. I walk along the street. I go across the street, and I walk towards my house. I walk towards my house. I reach my house. I come to my house. I say to my house. I don't say I come to my home. I come home. House and home. House, a construction, a destination, a place. Home, an affection, people living, and a close affinity with the people inside. So, home, no, to home. To house, go home. So, that is a structure. Today, we learnt on, in, at, by, near, beside, along, above, below, under, towards, away, beside, by the side or by. So these are all small prepositions we need to use in our day-to-day life, and it is very easy, and when you learn prepositions, it's easy to frame sentences. That is where we go wrong. If you know the meaning, what word is meant for, what do you want to convey, it's easy to frame sentences. I'm closing this by 6 o'clock. By. At 6 o'clock, I need to go out. At shows time. Since 1 hour, I am talking. Since, which shows time. At shows time. At shows position. At the table. At the wall. So, it shows position, direction, time. We use prepositions to use different things. To aim at different things, we use prepositions. Thank you very much.